Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match reaction where the Blades have yet again won another game in the Sky Bet Championship. It's fantastic to see. We just keep on rolling through with these one goal wins. It's not the greatest of football to watch at times. It almost feels like we are doing the bare minimum what we need to do to win these games. But I do feel like if somebody comes to Bramall Lane, or if we go away to like a Norwich or to like Burnley or something like that, we will step it up. It does feel like at the moment that's not going to happen, but I just feel like we're not being tested enough. I really don't. But yeah, we've beaten Hull City tonight 1-0. Again, we were really good for the first half. We deserved the lead. Very, very early the lead came. But we just battered at that door over and over again. We just that final ball at time just wasn't there. But I think it was one of those games. If if we a couple of things would have kind of bounced our way, or Illy when he's running through, he finds that kind of final pass, or he finds that bit of room to have a shot. He didn't really get a chance to have a shot tonight. But let's start from the beginning. 3rd minute, Daniel Jebberson gives the Blades a 1-0 lead. Anel goes down that right-hand side. He plays a 1-2 with Jaden Bogle. He flicks the ball inside to Iliman, and when he's in that box, nobody wants to go anywhere near Iliman because his feet are like just godlike, aren't they? He gets the ball, nobody knows which way he's going. If you're coming in to tackle him, he could easily just slip past you, or he could get brought down. His feet are just just magic, and he's probably my favorite ever player to watch play football. Probably on par with David McGoldrick, but only because I love David McGoldrick so much. But he's better. He's better. I would have actually loved to have seen Didze and Iliman in the same side right now. But yeah, let's move on from that because people are going to give me some grief for talking about David McGoldrick when he didn't even play for us anymore. But no, it was fantastic to see Jebbo get his first goal at Bramall Lane. First goal of the season as well for us in the league. That was didn't score at all last season for the Blades. Had a fair few games as well towards the end. So it's good to see him get off the mark. He seems like he's putting it in more. He's certainly trying to knock strikers about. He's holding the ball up well. He's linking the play well as well. He had a good game tonight. I thought it could have been slightly better in certain places, but that's me just being ultra kind of just expecting maybe a little bit too much. So no, he had a really good game tonight, and he took his goal really, really well. Illy kind of wriggles away, manages to find Jebbo with a good pass. I think it might have took a slight deflection, but Jebbo one touch and then bang, toe pegs it past the goalkeeper. It was so composed, so composed. Like it just looked like he'd scored 15, 16 goals already this season. He took it that well. But yeah, great touch, great finish. I'm not saying it was the hardest finish in the world, but he certainly took it really, really well, really composed. Well done, Jebbo. Well done for tonight. Not just for the goal, for everything, but he's won us that game. One goal won us that game. It shouldn't have been 1-0. We certainly should have made that easy on ourselves. And it's not just on ourselves, it's on the fans as well. Come on, Blades, score a few more goals, because sometimes I just feel like I don't like us seeing games out. And we've seen them out really well this season. Don't get me wrong. I just don't like it. I want us to go and win games 3-4, 5-0, especially at home when you're playing teams like Stoke City and like Hull City. I th- I thought Hull were going to come with more tonight, to be perfectly honest. That being said, I thought they were decent. I thought they pressed us really well. We managed to create some chances, but we didn't create loads of clear-cut chances. And I think that's down to Hull City defending well, and defending from the front as well. I'm not saying that they created loads of chances, but they certainly weren't one of the worst teams to come to Bramall Lane this season. But looking at what's happened recently with Hull, I think that's either 5 or 6 games without a defeat, and they've been defeated tonight. So you could really say that that's us unlocking the door and keeping them out. A Hull City side that, like I said, haven't been defeated in 5 or 6 games. So yeah, it's nice to see us put these teams to the sword, and another 3 points in the bag. It's just we're winning games without really having to try too hard. I thought we pressed them well as well. I thought we moved the ball around really well. It just would have been nice to have given ourselves a bit more of a cushion. But I think that if we'd have gone 2-0 up early on, we could have gone 3-4, 5-0 up. I really do think. In the 12th minute, Jaden Bogle goes through one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It was a bit of a crazy one. Wes smashes the ball as far forward as he possibly can. Jaden Bogle, I was watching it at the time. He did so well to stay on side and run kind of like against the defense and against the attack, because as the ball was booted, there were loads of players offside, everybody coming back. And just at that moment, Jaden Bogle makes a little diversion of a run, and then he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, tries to flick it over the keeper, tries to dink it over him, but Ingram makes a good save. He made a lot of good saves tonight, Ingram, to be fair. That was a one-on-one. And then a few minutes later, Sander nicks the ball off the defender. He plays JEBBO in, and JEBBO is kind of on a similar sort of pathway as he was against Millwall in the cup, where he slided the ball past the goalkeeper. I think he tried to do the same thing again in this one, because he's trying to hit that front post, and I think he's thinking, oh, this is similar to the Millwall game. I'll just pass it past him. But Ingram makes a great save. He's a really good keeper, Ingram. Massive, massive fan of Ingram. 72nd minute, Doyle had a curling shot saved again by Ingram, where the ball came out to him, and he's like, I could see we're going to move that ball from his left to his right and have a curling effort. It was a decent effort. Not sure if it was going in, but he had to make the save anyway, just to make sure. And then 43rd minute, a minute later, probably the last action of the half for us in an attacking sense. Sanderberger drives at the defence. He lays it off to JEBBO. JEBBO, bit far wide, but gets the cross in. Perfect for Sander's head. And he just, I don't know. I don't know whether the ball was too low, too high, but Sander seems to just kind of float the header onto the roof of the net. So yeah, it wasn't the best of headers from Sanderberger. But loads of people say that Sander can't head the ball. Sander can head the ball, but only when nobody else is going for it. But no, heads it over the bar. And there we go. We've had JEBBO score in the 3rd/4th minute. Then we had a one-on-one with Bogle, a one-on-one with JEBBO, which those three go in. It's a different story, and we've annihilated Hull City. Again, though, we seem to score goals in the first half, and then the second half, we just kind of, I don't know, just sit back and just be like, we've done enough. We've definitely done enough. But like I said, though, earlier on, I do feel like if the if the push came to the shove, that, like, for instance, if Hull would have scored a goal with 20 minutes to go tonight, 1-1, would have come out of his shell and would have battered them and would have scored another goal or another 2 goals. I just would have liked to have seen us have a bit more of a cushion than we did. In the 55th minute, Jaden Bogle puts a great ball in behind the defence to Anel. Anel tries to kind of, I don't know whether he's trying to flick this past the goalkeeper or flick it into the middle of the box for someone to run in, but he flicks it past the keeper. It's rolling agonizingly close to the line, but it gets cleared out. But a fantastic ball by and vision from Bogle as well to find that pass. Bogle is really coming into his own. I do feel like sometimes when he's coming back from injury, he's a little bit apprehensive of doing certain things, but when he's in full flight and he is playing out of his skin, that is the Jaden Bogle that you think he can play for anyone. He's really, really that good. So it's nice to see him back. I do think that Jaden Bogle, when he does go kind of from strength to strength, you see those tricks come out of the bag. The bag of tricks is definitely open. Not as much tonight. He did try a few elasticos and like try to do little flicks and tricks and nearly knock the ball out of play a couple of times. It didn't quite work for him, but I thought Jaden Bogle was better tonight than he was when he scored his 2 goals against Stoke City. I actually thought, other than his 2 goals, his all-round play against Stoke City wasn't great. Tonight, I thought he was better. I really did. And then it was a lot of huffing and puffing from us, a bit of possession from them. Like just putting balls into the box, slinging it into the box, hoping for the best. I think a Stupinian and one header that went over the bar that was pretty easy to kind of just watch go over from Wes. A couple where there were just shots from distance that Wes just took quite easily. And then really when they were putting us under a lot of pressure, lots of crosses coming in, corners, then Benjamin Tete goes and tries to headbutt Ollie McBurney. I don't think he actually headbutts him, but McBurney and him was having a bit of a to-do. I think McBurney kind of swung a bit of an elbow at him, to be honest, which probably riled him up to go and try and nut him. But it's a silly thing to do, isn't it? It really is, especially when they were kind of going for that equaliser as well. That pretty much neutralised their attack, and that pretty much gave us the game because at that point, 85th minute, there were 5 minutes added on. That's 10 minutes left of the game for them to try and find an equaliser. It wasn't to be. I think just one at the end where Bogle hit a sort of half volley from a Osborne cross. But that's what you want to see because this is the last minute of the game. We are 1-0 up. We've been kind of seeing it out, and Jaden Bogle is finding himself up with Billy Sharp. So it's great to see. We love to see stuff like that. Lots of bookings were given out by Darren Bond, I believe. Darren Bond? Yeah, I think it's Darren Bond. Lots of bookings given out. I think a lot of bookings that deserve to be bookings. Yeah, Robinson, I don't know how he didn't get booked for throwing their man all over the place, but there were a lot of kind of niggly fouls which were given bookings for, which probably were deserved. And actually, I think those bookings that we were getting early on, like NL got booked, Doyle got booked, lots of bookings for just bringing them down, just stopping their attack. And those counter attacks are where you can concede a lot of goals. Counter attacks are what kind of feel like our kryptonite over the last couple of years. So it's nice for us to bring them down, take the booking. Yeah, if it's early on, you just know not to do anything stupid. And yeah, it was good to see us making those kind of professional fouls, not professional fouls, but fouls that are professional. So yeah, it was fantastic to see tonight. Yeah, we're certainly in a very, very good position to get promoted to the Premier League. It's crazy. Week in, week out, just picking up 3 points. You'll love to see it. That makes us 14 points clear of Watford in third place before they've played. Obviously, got a game in hand. I don't know whether that's tomorrow or Sunday, but 14 points clear. Unfortunately, Burnley, after being 1-0 down, 1-2-1. Now, that's a good thing for us because West Brom are clearly one of the favourites to be finishing kind of third and fourth and really, really pushing us. So taking 3 points, as we are 3 points further away from West Brom, it would have been nice to have gained 3 points on Burnley or even 2 points on Burnley. I would have loved to have seen a draw tonight. So we're getting 2 points away from West Brom and 2 points closer to Burnley. But it wasn't to be. Yet again, a late goal from Burnley. But I was told that Burnley were by far the better team and forcing the issue way more than West Brom. I think they'll eventually at some point have a bad run, but I think they will be far and away before they have that bad run. So, yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to jump into the comments for a second. I feel like there's not many people that are going to really disagree with me tonight because it's just the same thing every week, isn't it? It's just easy. It's just an easy win, another easy win because they really didn't put up much of a fight, to be perfectly honest. We had a really good spell just after half time for about 15 minutes. Yeah, I do think we came out of the blocks in the second half just like we did in the first half. But it just, yeah, we just wanted that extra goal, that little bit of a cushion. To be fair, Hull played well. Yes, they did, Paul. They did. I thought they played. They stopped us playing really well. They just didn't really have that creative flair player in the final third. I thought the Turkish lad, when he came on, looked really, really dangerous on the left-hand side. I thought he was really overweight as well, to be fair, when he was warming up and coming on. But he flew at us, and Jaden Bogle did not enjoy defending against him. But yeah, it was a little bit too little, too late at that point. But Estupinian did absolutely nothing. I don't know if it's because we kept him at arm's length, but I thought he was quite poor tonight. I thought I'd have seen a bit more from him, like at least um, Gyökeres for Coventry. At least you saw why Gyökeres has scored so many goals this season. Estupinian, I was a little bit disappointed with him, to be honest. I didn't see anything from him that told me that he was a good striker that scored goals. The refs have been shocking lately. Do you know what? I don't actually think the referee was too bad. I thought a lot of the bookings were justified. The only refereeing decision or official's decision tonight that absolutely baffled me was the fact that in that first half, I think it was probably in the first 20, 25 minutes, I think it was a Stupingham played it through to Aaron Connolly. Aaron Connolly, by the way, tonight was hilarious. But he was good. He was quite good, and we fouled him over and over again. That's what we needed to do to stop him. But Aaron Connolly got played through by Stupinian. He was about 3 miles offside. Jack Robinson's got his hand up like, yep, it's offside. And he's like, what? How can you physically get that wrong? We were sat on the south stand, not in line, but enough to know that that was miles offside and that the referee did not see that, or the linesman, should I say, did not see that. He's yeah. I forgot that I talked about Dizzy at the start. Berger, that's probably someone that I should have spoken about earlier on. Sander Berger had a much better game tonight. Thank God for that. Sander Berger is one of our best players, and he really, really needed to start showing it. And tonight, in that more advanced position, he showed why that needs to be his position. He can't be a defensive midfielder. He doesn't offer anything as a defensive midfielder. As an attacking midfielder, he is so exciting to watch and creates so many great opportunities. He created the one for Sander Berger, for JEBBO when he went through one-on-one. He created loads tonight. He created loads of opportunities for us to stretch the game and make it more than one goal. But yeah, it wasn't quite to be tonight. But no, he had a really, really good game. Great result. Always felt we needed a second goal to calm blood pressure. Absolutely. Our blood pressure is through the roof, even though it shouldn't be watching games like that. We know how to win and win ugly. It didn't really do much in the final third, but a win is a win. I thought in the first half we were fantastic, to be perfectly honest. Fantastic. And I feel a bit sorry for McAtee, really, because I thought McAtee's been great recently. And I think out of the two, him or Sander, he deserved his place a bit more than Sander. But I do think that Hecky was like, Sander, we can't just bench him and bring him on for a few minutes here and there. He needs to be in that side week in, week out, playing well, because Sander Berger affects games a lot more than a lot of those players, especially when he's playing in advanced areas. So, yeah, we need Sander to be performing. So I think playing Sander was the right idea, but I do feel sorry for McAtee at the same time. You get that noise at Bramall Lane when you have a 2-goal cushion. I think the cop would have been a lot louder if we got a second. I completely agree. We were all a little bit worried, weren't we? What does everyone think of the transfer embargo news? We were going to do a video about this. I don't think we are now. I don't think we know enough about it, to be honest. But I'll quickly just say, I think we've missed a payment on a player, maybe an L. A few rumours were saying it was an L, and I think that Beershot have also missed a payment. So I think it's just the Prince saying, "You need to hurry up with this takeover and pay these payments. I'm not going to be paying them forever." So I think that's all it is, really. To be honest, I don't think it's anything to really worry about too much, guys. Yeah, Bob Marlett. I'm sure that's not your real name, but yeah, Jebbo definitely had a really, really good chance and didn't put it away. He should have done. Hi, Johnny. How's it going? Absolute legend of a man. Is a Burnley fan though, which is a problem. Burnley did well, good in it. Yeah, they unfortunately managed to find that, well, find 2 goals from somewhere, which, yeah, it's either good for us or bad for us. I don't know what it is at the moment in time. Sander will come shining through in February. Wink, wink. I hope so. I hope that's right, and I really do, because Sander Berger, um, once January is out of the way and we've got him for the rest of the season, I'm absolutely loving that. He better put a good shift in. I'm just still surprised that Illiman hasn't had more transfer speculation about him. But he's not very good. He's not very good. Who was your man of the match? If I missed it, I apologise. Tough one. Tough one. I thought a few players had really good games. I thought Jebbo, definitely a shout. I think Sander was a shout. I think Bogle, probably a shout. Egan at times had some really good. What I will say about Anel, I thought Anel didn't have his best game today. A couple of times he got forward and created stuff, but I'm worried about his energy levels, to be honest, because he doesn't seem to be getting up and down like he used to when we first signed him. And I'm wondering whether that's got anything to do with the glandular fever that he had, because we all know that glandular fever um, can stay in the system for months, and it can affect your energy levels. I do feel at times that he's not picking the ball up and running like Forrest Gump like he did at the start of the season. So hopefully that's just in my head, and I'm just thinking NL should be better than this. And he's certainly defending well. He's just giving the ball away a bit too much, and yeah, just losing possession quite a lot. No contact. The red was for intent. Yeah. I know, John. I know. That's what I mean. He didn't. I don't think he got anything on McBurney, but the fact that he threw his head towards him, it's got to be a red card in this day and age, hasn't it? I still don't think it should be, to be honest. If if someone tries to headbutt someone and misses them, like they've got don't know. But yeah, I know what it's like in this day and age. Burnley winning goal is good for us, mate. Draw would have been the best result. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a draw in that game. Great for Jebbo. Very pleased for him. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's good to see another striker scoring goals. That's another player who scored goals in the league, which is great to see too. Doyle, man of the match by far. I wouldn't say by far, but yeah, I'd definitely put him in there. He got in around the box as well, had a few shots, which was good to see. One of these days, one of these shots from outside the box will end up in the top corner. I absolutely guarantee that. Bogle, man of the day, I think that is MOTD. Man of the, yeah, the D's nowhere near the M, so I think you've gone for man of the day. Fair enough. Yellow hampered Anel. Possibly. It's a good shout, that. Thank you very much for the 2 BAM. I don't know what BAM is, but thank you very much for it. I really appreciate it. How much is Premier League budget if promoted to the Premier League? Oh, well, how much do you get? I think it's in it about 150 quid, 150 quid, 150 million, I think it is. That's how much you get. But obviously, we've got an owner coming in that hopefully have got bags and bags of money. That's what we want to see. Doyle, man of the match for me also. Fair enough. I don't think I quite saw as much of Doyle, or remember as much of Doyle as what some others are thinking. So fair enough. Yeah, there's a few lads that you could chuck up there for man of the match tonight. Not many that had poor games, to be fair. Max Lowe, I also thought his energy levels are fantastic, getting up and down, up and down. Great to see. Match of the day. Oh, match of the day. I had too many beers. Fair enough. And you know what? I've had a couple tonight as well. So we'll leave it there. Thank you very, very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you drop a like on this video before you leave if you've enjoyed it. Obviously, if you haven't, hit that dislike button. But yeah, that's your prerogative. But no, another great win for the Blades. The wagon keeps on rolling. We're getting more and more points away from third, and we're also a game closer to the end of the season. So it's also it's looking very, very good for us to win promotion to the Premier League this season. So let's hope it continues. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.